It's Judgment Day on Blood, Sweat and Gears. Our 8 competitors have been battling it out to find out who really has the best modified car in the country. It's 7 vastly different challenges designed to test all aspects of man and machine. It's the most well-rounded car and driver package that will take out the Blood, Sweat and Gears title. The competition's been fierce and there's a lot more than pride on the line. And tonight, we find out the results.
Guys, crunch time. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's been a great 8 weeks, and let me just say the competition has come down to the wire. The difference between first and second is 10 points. So, in 8th place, Shane Kennett. Hold up, mate. How about we have a look at some footage from the last 8 weeks, shall we?
After scoring well in acceleration and braking, Shane lost big points for handling and controllability, mainly due to the understeer.
Oh, that's a nice run, that is high.
In the quarter mile, all that power pushing through the front wheels caused lots of wheel spin, costing him valuable time and finishing 7th.
I want that number 1 position, mate, so bad.
In the Advanced Driver Challenge, he performed superbly in a car that couldn't be further from his own, finishing a credible 4th.
He's used to that torque steer in the front drive car, I think, and he just knows how to moderate.
The Laser really came into its own during the Versatility Challenge, particularly in the Super Slalom course. Shane dominated this section to give him a commanding lead.
This will be very effective when he breaks the beam.
It seemed quick still, didn't it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Even after finishing 5th in the Go to Woe, he was only just beaten into 2nd place for the overall challenge.
Message from my missus, congratulating me.
Right, Shane, we're here to look at your car. Tell us a little bit about it.
All right, we have 2 different types of film there. We actually have blue tint.
While his car is certainly an attention grabber and looked a million miles from a Laser you'd buy stock, it was the finer details in the finish that lost him points and ultimately pushed him down into 5th position. The 4-cylinder Laser simply couldn't compete in the Dyno Challenge, putting out 257 horsepower. The Laser did, however, beat the Nissan 180SX to finish 7th.
I reckon if I can focus and just think of what I'm doing, everything should come out right.
The final challenge of the competition saw the little Laser speed through into 4th with some impressive and consistent lap times.
Ford, amazing Laser. Ford, first on race day.
So here's the results wrap-up. Shane and his Ford Laser SR2 finished in 8th with 330 points. A great effort from the little Laser.
7th position, Sean Fardell.
Final testing of the car before heading to Shepparton saw Sean snap his drive shaft. After some mad scrambling and very little sleep, Sean got the car back working to make it down in time for the first challenge. The car seemed to hold up well in the drivability challenge, but finished 7th, after Luffy struggled with the control and braking.
Sean, it's a great car, but geez, I tell you what, you've got to have your wits about you. This is a Tsunami plus GST plus on-road cost plus your grandmother's age plus your postcode and what's called the fuck factor.
Tragedy then struck on his first run on the quarter mile as he snapped a welded axle and limped over the finish line in 8th place to at least get some points on the board. Come the advanced driver course, Sean didn't handle the wet conditions at all and finished 8th.
Come on!
With his new axle back in the car, Sean gave it a good test during the Versatility Challenge. The raw power of Mr. HDT saw lots of oversteer in the Super Slalom, while his soft brakes saw him finish mid-pack in the Go to Woe to come 6th overall.
Every seam in the car's been welded and smoothed.
But Sean then took out a much-needed victory in the show and shine.
I'm here for the fun, opportunity not to be missed, so I couldn't miss it.
Then followed it up with another victory on the dyno after blowing the competition away with 868 horsepower. With his engine overheating being his main rival, Sean was only able to finish a disappointing 7th for the Flying Lap Challenge. After enduring so many issues just to get ready for the competition, it was a credit to Sean to finish every challenge. A hell of an effort in 7th position. After the break, we'll take you on a brief journey into the world of one of our competitors and see what makes them so passionate about their ride. Okay, here are the standings so far. 8th and 7th place have been announced, with the final 6 positions remaining.
I'm Daryl Jinker, and I'm here to tell you about something that I have a real passion for, and that's the Possum-born World Rally car replica that I've built. We heard about the competition, so we decided to do a bit more work in the car. Essentially, it's an anatomically correct car. The width is exactly as the World Rally car was. This car started life in a poor state. When I got it, it had no wheels, no paint, and a very lumpy body. Essentially what you see here is our version of a World Rally car motor. We've got the intake air cleaners here feeding straight into the turbo. Air will dump straight into this big scoop, straight into the turbo. You've got your Brembo 4-pot calipers with slotted rotors, Sparco seats, your Sparco steering wheel, your flocked dash, stops the reflections, and this computer is horsepower in a box. We can adjust it, we can turn the anti-lag on and off, and what anti-lag is essentially it not only sounds great, makes lots of bangs and pops, but it keeps the turbo spinning, stops that lag which is associated with turbo cars. Dry cell battery, no spillage, and in here we've got your Bosch high pressure fuel pump, regulator and a swirl pot.
And we're just about to meet your mechanic.
And here's my little mechanic. He's got his earmuffs on, ready for this car to be started up. 4 long years it's taken to get this far. Many people have told me to give up. Why are you doing this? What's the point in it? Possum never gave up, and neither will I.
6th position. Murray Foreman.
Whoa!
Let's check out some highlights of the Corvette.
After impressing Luffy with the brakes and handling on the 66 vet, Murray was ranked 4th overall in the drivability challenge.
Never thought a Corvette could go like that, did you? No. Little nervous there, yeah.
Holding his breath over the quarter mile didn't seem to work for Muzz, as he forgot to change through the gears to again post 4th position with a 13.72. The wet conditions in the advanced driver course then got the better of Murray, putting him in 7th position.
Oh, he's already gone round that hat.
After some Sunday driving in the Super Slalom, the aggression increased for the go-to-woe as Murray placed 5th in the Versatility Challenge.
Murray's getting angry.
I think I'm out of my element here.
Out of your element?
I think so.
With this car, it was designed basically to drive on the road and to enjoy.
Mr. Consistency is born. Another 4th place in the show and shine.
So cute.
.303 horsepower from the old vet put Muzz in 5th on the dyno. A solid and uneventful run in the Flying Lap saw Murray finish the final challenge in 6th place.
Murray, how was that?
Fucking great.
The oldest car in the field, Murray's 66 Corvette, did the American muscle cars proud and finished 6th with 350 points.
5th position. Shane Suter.
Pure SX had the perfect start to the competition with a win in the Drivability Challenge and got some big raps from Luffy in the driver's seat.
Hey, what a lovely car.
With some gear change troubles, the Little Turbo finished 6th place for the quarter mile with a 14.18.
Oh, yeah, that much.
An average run in the wet for the advanced driver course saw Shane finish 5th.
Hang on, he's gone via Burke Street in Melbourne.
With the tyres giving way too much grip on the skid pan during the super slalom, Shane couldn't get the car around the course.
Lots of smoke. Oh, the pressure's come on well and truly.
And even with a solid run in the go to woe, he finished 7th for the Versatility Challenge.
That's a bit better. Start breathing. Lucky to be proud.
Against some unbelievable competition, Shane took 2nd place in the show and shine.
My upbringing in cars was with EHs and HR Holdners. When I started doing this, it was sort of not a lot of people did it.
He was no match in the raw power stakes as he finished last in the dyno after producing 255 horsepower. Back at Winton Raceway, Shane got his 180SX around the track in the Flying Lap Challenge like a pro to finish 3rd.
Great fun, had a ball, loved it.
With a total of 390 points, Shane's Nissan 180SX certainly held its own against the big blocks to finish 5th.
In 4th place. George Isaac.
The big George Mobile. This is going to be exciting.
The Typhoon may have looked the goods on the track, but the low-profile tyres and issue with the brake line saw George rank 6th in the Drivability Challenge.
If he didn't have nerves, he wouldn't be a racer.
In the quarter mile, George played the game and then flew down the track to finish 2nd with a 12.75. Handling the slippery conditions beautifully, George posted another podium finish with a 2nd in the advanced driver course.
I'm doing it.
Beautiful Typhoon.
Then used the super slalom to put on a show for the crowd.
Just wants to put on a show.
When he did get back to the competition, he finished a respectable 4th in the Versatility Challenge.
It's a lot harder than it looks, isn't it?
Mate, honestly, that line comes up so quick. It's unbelievable. Chrome dash, I pulled the dash apart the chrome there. And the free gauge feature.
He was unlucky not to finish on the podium in the show and shine, where he was just beaten into 3rd.
Reminds me of something that you would expect Ford to have on, say, their stand at the motor show.
Team Isaac.
After punching out an impressive 458 horsepower to finish 4th in the Dyno Challenge.
Oh, beautiful.
George was shattered after finding the fault on his flex plate had sheared.
Fucking spilling, man. That's it. I know my car, man.
With some help from the boys, and after a late night, George's Typhoon was ready for the final challenge. Halfway through his 2nd lap, George's engine gave way again to finish the flying lap in last position.
I broke it. Yeah.
With a total of 410 points, George comes in 4th with the Ford FPV Typhoon. Had his engine not failed in the last challenge, he would have been a big contender for the title.
Well, boys, we have our top 3 of Blood, Sweat and Gears. Well, Brendo, let's check out your highlight reel, shall we?
Absolutely.
The Drivability Challenge saw Luffy comment on the out-and-out speed of the Monaro, with the suspension being the only weak point.
all been waxed on, waxed off.
Very good, Grasshopper. Enjoy.
That's it.
With his strategy of taking off in second gear failing miserably when he stalled it off the line, there was a huge amount of pressure for his second run in the quarter mile. Running a cautious second pass, Brendan could only manage fifth with a disappointing 14.11. In the Chrysler test car, Brendan handled the slippery conditions pretty well to finish third.
You just sit there and wait for it to happen. You just got your foot in the throttle, foot in the brake, and nothing's working.
Well, that's lots of smoke. And he stalled the car.
Look at the smile on your face.
Oh, the poor little bloody thing's still smoking over there.
Oh,
I've never done that before.
Supercharge. Big grunt. If Brendan can get the power down, it'll be a good run.
Then back in the comfort of his own car, Brendan tore up the slalom course.
My car's made for this. I'm having a ball. It's great. I got to get on the board or else I got nothing.
Before a solid go-to-woe result saw him again finish third.
I was concentrating so much on the start, I blew the other end. I'm still pleased. I've had a great day.
Fantastic, that's good.
Thank you.
So I shouldn't have been so scared of you when I came up with the camera just then.
I've just got that face that people are scared of. So I'm harmless. And once again, that's a feature for the racetrack.
Always his weakest challenge, Brendan placed 7th in the show and shine.
I really don't want my engine to explode. I've been there, done that, don't want to do it again.
But he made up for it as he put the power down to push out 580 horsepower on the dyno.
It's gonna cost him. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yes. Come on. Look at this. Oh, yes.
Finally, after briefly taking the Monaro off the road, he produced some sizzling times in the Flying Lap Challenge.
He's off. He's gone.
Back! Back! Oh, yeah. Come on. Hang in there. Stop for me. Good girl. Last one. That was better! Good girl! Yeah!
Daz, you've been a champion. Let's check out your highlight reel.
With the possum-born rally car straight off the boat, our Kiwi competitor took everyone by surprise, especially Luffy in the drivability challenge.
Nice. The most fun you can have with your pants on.
Hey!
Do it for New Zealand. Mate, you dress the part. You got the Turtle Wax sponsorship in here. And what's this sponsor here? What's this mob up here? Who's this?
Jinku.
Jinku.
Jinku. Oh, is that what that says?
Yeah. you know.
Jinku.
He then set a highly competitive time in the quarter-mile sprint to finish in the top 4. With some minor seat adjustments required, Darrell managed to handle the big Chrysler pretty well, finishing mid-pack.
Look at the understeer.
Then back in his own car, Darrell performed solidly in the Super Slalom course.
Into the gate, it's through the back. And he's through the... Oh, that was close.
So that's it, mate. No more goes at this one. We've just got to go to woe.
That's excellent, because I hate this. Come on, girl, you can do it.
Before blitzing the competition with a lightning-fast go-to-woe of 6.72, more than a second quicker than his nearest rival.
That was a phenomenal run. Perfect. I bet you his heart is absolutely fluttering, though. It was very, very, very close.
Darrell.
Yeah!
The winner is Darrell Jenkins.
Yeah.
Look, he's got his car. He won. It's a replica of the World Rally Car. So in doing so, we wanted to make sure we got it exactly right.
This was always going to struggle in the show and shine, and it did, finishing last.
Daz, you're lined up here. What are you doing, mate?
G'day, Sam. I'm just getting it on the dyno.
It's two-wheel drive dyno, mate. You got all-wheel drive.
And then he struggled in the power stakes on the dyno. It was, however, the best of the 4 cylinders. On the tricky Winton Raceway, Darrell mastered the course to leave Luffy and the rest of the competitors in his wake to take the win.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Check this out. Check this out.
Look at that foaming action.
You had a B, S, and G.
Oh, yeah.
Blood, sweat, and gears. They don't think much in New Zealand, do they, mate?
Oh, I thought you said VSG.
Sash, let's check out the highlight reel, shall we?
Sash's GT Falcon certainly looked at home at Winton for the drivability challenge and finished in 5th place, but not before giving Luffy more than a few smiles.
How's that, Sash? Oh, ho, ho!
Sash is now my best friend.
How's this going?
Then, in his strongest challenge, Sash tore up the quarter mile before blowing a Welsh bloke.
Once that's back in there, it shouldn't really happen again. It's just one of those things. So just get it in there, fill it up with water again, and back out there, back to sort of square one.
You know how close to the wire that was? My goodness.
After some quick repairs, Sash just made it back in time to run an even quicker second pass of 12.23 to take the win.
No need for backing off.
Sash, well done, mate.
Congratulations, mate.
You can see Sash. He's a true competitor.
He then showed his driving skills weren't too bad either in the advanced driver course.
The winner of the advanced driver course with blood, sweat and gears is Sash.
But somehow he couldn't put both skills together in the versatility challenge as he finished 8th.
Got another go, huh? Anytime you land in the box is pretty good fun. I've got a Venetian blind in the back to keep the sun off the passengers.
While the GT is a beautiful car, it was never in the running for the Show and Shine challenge.
Flies are killing us here. What's going on?
But he certainly made up for it on the dyno with 648 horsepower to finish 2nd. Back on Winton Raceway, Sash blasted his way around the track with even a bit of time to take the scenic route.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. You all right?
The competitors have been narrowed down to the top 3. Don't go away because after the break, we will announce the winner of Blood, Sweat and Gears.
Well, guys, we have our top 3 of blood, sweat and gears. And Sammy, as I mentioned earlier, there was only 10 points separating 1st and 2nd place.
Came down to 1 second, guys.
Which means we have a tie for 2nd place. And Luffy, as you say every day, there can only be one winner.
Only one. Great effort.
And the winner of Blood, Sweat and Gears is Daryl Jenkins. So there you have it. Daryl and his Subaru WRX have taken out this year's Blood, Sweat and Gears title. As you can see, it was a tight competition with only 10 points separating the top three. Even though Brendan never actually won a challenge, his consistency has put him into equal second with Sash, who actually took out 2 of the events. Daryl will be taking home over $20,000 in prizes, consisting of a garage full of Turtle Wax products and accessories, including the new ice range, to make sure his car is always looking its best. A heavy-duty 10-drawer, 508-piece metric and AF toolkit thanks to Sidchrome. Pioneer's Rumble Pack, complete with in-car stereo, DVD player, 4-channel amplifier, front and rear speakers and 2 enclosed subwoofers. Samsung's ultimate home theatre system with 50-inch HD plasma screen and Blu-ray surround sound. And finally, a 12-month supply of Redline oils to make sure their car is always running smoothly. For more information from this series of Blood, Sweat and Gears, go to turtlewax.com.au, where you'll find all the stats, facts and figures on all the Challengers cars and competitors. If you think you've got what it takes to claim the Blood, Sweat and Gears title, head to the website and apply now for a shot at Series 3.
Number one, Lockman, number one. Mate, I reckon this... I
can't open the right eye.
I'm lubed up like nothing else. How you feeling, Scotty?
Everyone together. Everyone together.